Hi, welcome back to Then and Now with Connie and Vikki. It's been a while. We took a little bit of a break.
Yeah,
So
we're going to play catch up.
let's play catch up. I love that.
Okay.
You want to start?
Yes, I do. We're going to start with this. I've got a really heartwarming story. I kind of briefed you guys last time about was really going through something and I don't really have much of an update on it, but I have the nicest story. I had to go regarding my situation. I had to take a trip, and I was on a Southwest flight, got delayed, and I was so nervous because I was had a big presentation. It was going to affect my life, and it was just pretty traumatizing. Practiced all weekend my speech, kind to get mentally prepared, and I was very, very nervous. And so anyway, I'm on the flight, and these two young ladies are sitting beside me. I'd say they're early to maybe middle 40s. It's beautiful inside and out. And we just met and you just hit it off.
Well, you do for sure.
We just hit it off. We sat there. The flight was letting me to sit on there for like 30 minutes or 45 minutes before it took off. We just talked. We talked all the way down. We talked everything from makeup to getting lip fillers to one of them had her son was and they were best friends.
Okay, I was going to say those two.
They were best. Oh, they were best friends. They were they were best friends, and they were trying to take a girls trip.
Awesome.
And the one was actually a flight attendant for Southwest, and so she was keeping us updated on what on our flight. But anyway, we talked about that. She had a son with special needs. Of course, I've got my grandson has special needs, and we had a really nice conversation about that. I mean, we just talked the whole time. It was
amazing.
It was like I said, we really did. It was just a wonderful trip. Well, so toward the end, I guess I can tell I'm trying to turn a little bit, getting a little nervous, and they said, well, you're going to pick you up at the airport, and I told them, and I said, yeah, this is a big moment for me.
Yeah.
And they said, well, what's going on? And so I briefed them, and I said, this is, kind of life altering. I know I'm making the right decision. I chose me, and I kind of briefed them, and they're like, oh my God, we have sat here this whole trip. We feel like we know you, and you're just now telling us this, and I said, I know. And I said, here, you want to read my speech? I said, give me one last, just tell me if you think this is right. What if this, and so they read it and said, oh my God, this is perfect. Oh my goodness, we're so proud of you that you are, you are standing up for yourself, that yes, you go, girl. You got this.
Exactly what you needed.
And it made me feel so good. So the flight lands. I'm getting off. We're getting off. They're just so encouraging. And we're getting off the plane, and they're trying to get to their other gate. And I can hear them kind of yelling as they're taking off. They're going, Connie, we just want you to know, we're there for you. You've got this, girl. We are so proud of you. You do this for. And of course, we exchanged, being
okay. Good.
And then this young man came up behind me, and I guess he was sitting behind us when we were talking, and I was telling my story. The nicest young businessman. He came up and he tapped me on the shoulder as I was walking to leave the thing, and he says, "Ma'am, I just want to tell you." He said, I hope everything works out great for you.
Oh my!
And I hope that you're smiling when you fly home this evening.
You had some angels around you. I think.
I know. I'm gonna cry. It was that was the most. I mean, it was almost
random.
It was almost like standing up and having everybody go. And you know what the thing is? When I had to walk into that meeting, is even though I know people forever.
Yeah.
And do have a lot of respect for them. And but their encouragement, as strange as it sounds, really gave me so much strength to do and say what needed to be said.
I love that.
And I thought about it the whole time. When I would think I was going to break down or do something wrong, I thought about those encouraging words from those three people, strangers,
Strangers.
you know. And in fact, one of the young ladies on Facebook, because they said, you know, let us know as soon as you can. And and then actually by the next day, they had already sent me messages and said, we got to know, we got to know. And I said, well, I'm still kind of in a holding pattern, and I
Right.
don't really know anything.
That is amazing.
Isn't that
And
cool?
that does give you just, you feel good about people again.
Yeah,
I
it's
random
like
strangers doing that and giving you that support
are
that you
giving you
needed.
such support. You being so nice to someone who, who 3 hours later, earlier, didn't have a clue you existed, or
That's
and were
right.
your biggest, and yet became within that time became your biggest cheerleader.
Yes, that's right. So a couple things from that, just always try to remember you don't always know what people are going through,
That's
and
true.
we should give people a chance, an opportunity, to either get to know them or the circumstances that they're going through. What can you now pay forward to somebody,
Absolutely, because I guarantee you, if I was, they really made a major impact on my life in that day. On that day, they really did. They impacted someone's life probably more than they'll
yeah,
ever
ever
know.
know.
Yeah,
And that's a good way to live your life. You don't know what you are doing that's going to affect somebody,
right.
good or bad,
Yeah,
but hopefully make it
right.
good, right?
And I still, like I said, I haven't. I need to go back in touch, and
Yeah.
as soon as I know things that are going on, as soon as I know the outcome, I'll definitely,
Yeah.
I'll definitely stay in touch and let them know. They reached out, gave me I forgot their phone number, and
I love
like I
that.
said, me too. It
I
was,
love
it was,
that.
it was
And I'm half
awesome.
joking that that's angels, but in a way it kind of is,
They were.
Yeah.
They didn't even, because who would have put them in? Who would have put
Yeah.
them in those two seats
At
right
just
next
that
to
time
me,
that you needed them.
right when I needed somebody, instead of sitting there with your hands folded, not
Right. And
saying
thinking and having all the
anything,
time
and
to
having to think
everything.
about all of
Right.
it.
Right.
It took your mind, got you a little relaxed, and then yet at the very end, just like I said, they came through, and when you needed those words of encouragement,
Yeah.
when you just needed somebody to say you're doing the right,
Yeah.
you are. It's such a big decision, but it was so nice if somebody kind of confirmed that.
An objective opinion.
And yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
you are doing the
Yeah.
right thing.
That's right. Wow. That's huge. Yeah. Well, good for you.
And you've been preparing for a trip today.
Oh gosh, yeah. So was interesting because we've talked about both of us being on the same 3-year retirement
Right.
thing, and so there's an bucket list and a couple things on my bucket list. And one of them I'm actually making plans to do next year is to walk one of the Camino Santiago routes in Spain. So doing that with my sister and a couple other friends. So we're just tightening up all the plans and stuff on that. And so excited about that. I'm so excited about that. Then my next plan after that is in 2028. I want to go to see the Tour de France.
Oh,
So yeah.
are
So
you going to participate?
I will not be participating. That would be so sad for everybody involved. But
So
no,
you're going
but
to go. So you're going to be a bystander.
I'm going to be a
That's
bystander.
just as much.
But I have followed it for decades, and it's just always been on my list.
Oh,
So that's something that I would have planned. And then I think the one more thing the year after that, because 2029 is the year we're looking to retire, is doing one final, not final, but vacation, family vacation. Because now when I take my kids, my adult kids, I treat everybody.
Right.
It's
Right.
we go on vacation, I pay for everything. It's just something that I have. Some people will judge you for that. It's like, why are you doing that? But because I can, and that's just what I choose to do right now. But I won't after I retire.
Right.
So it'll
right.
be everybody for their own. But so I would like to do a final one on that, and I don't know where that one would be, but I was thinking maybe something like Hawaii or something like that. But this is dreaming and planning and having my bucket list, and hopefully it'll all come to pass. But I know for sure one of them is.
But it's going to sound terrible. I don't think I really. Well, I guess you could say my bucket list is just to be happy. to live and have my life kind of come together and be able to relax and concentrate. I spent so much of my time, in my life concentrating on my kids and
And your job and
their
everybody
job. And
else.
I think that's one of the things with their job is the fact that makes everything so difficult for me is the fact that I've done my job for so many years that it is why I probably take it so personal is because my job is my identity.
Right.
I have done it, and with the people I've grown to, it's a part of who I am.
Absolutely.
And so the thought of giving that up, if it would ever happen, would be to lose.
You got to find a new
say,
identity.
Yeah,
You
would
gotta-
be to lose that part
Yeah,
of me.
yeah, that's right.
That I've known for
all your life
years.
almost.
To walk
Yeah.
away from that,
Right.
it's just going to be, and causal, it's just kind of, breaks the heart.
Right. I think you've hit the nail on the head about when, before at previous podcasts, we've talked a little bit about retiring and what's it going to look like. And I don't remember if you expressed it, but I was expressing I'm kind of scared of it because you are talking about the identity, but really that's it. Because what am I going to do? Who am I without it?
My dog.
That's a fear.
That is, and that's it's a terrible fear, and it's I guess it's it's of the being part of the unknown, and I think that I think my therapist really had said it best because she said that the fact that because I've really been through some really rough times in my life with my kids, my family, I guess like everybody is
Sure.
ups and downs.
Yeah.
And like really had some mountains to have to get up. And she said the main thing about me is I got up as hard as it was. I got up every morning. I got through it every morning. I lived to the next day.
Yep.
And I survived.
Yep.
And so I'm relying on that right now to think, okay, let me just, I know whatever whatever hold God has in store for me, that I'm going to get up every morning and I'm going to do the best I can. And I'm a survivor.
That's right.
No matter what, I'm gonna survive. It may not be in the style I would like, but you know what? But I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, you certainly will. I know you will. I've known you a long time.
Yeah.
You do have that streak. And some of it is just because you don't know what it's going to look like.
Yeah,
but
the fear
you'll figure it out.
The fear of the unknown.
Absolutely.
As I said, so it's really going to be such a new, it's a new journey. I'm getting ready to go, which I really feel I'm getting ready to go on. I want to make some changes, get out of this, anxiety and this, despair feelings and just look for something to be happy to get up in the morning.
Well, at this time in our life, we don't have time to waste being unhappy or stressed.
I think that's the other part of all of it.
We
do at a point where you
need to take every single day.
I don't have to to be treated ugly. I don't have to be
right.
I don't have to put up with that.
That's right.
Anymore. That it's me, and this time in my life I choose me.
That's right. I love it. And you know what? It's a new chapter.
What happens if I
learn it?
If I fail, if I fall, I'll pick myself back up. And what's going to
What is failure though?
Right.
What is failure? What are you basing that on or comparing it to?
I don't know.
I just think it's just the unknown.
It's the unknown.
The
unknown is that's the scariest. But I've been in a lot more situations and mind. I guess mind space is pretty critical. But I'm okay.
Yeah.
So just
okay,
and we'll keep you posted on what my new journey.
Yeah.
And I look back at my dad. Talking to my brother or how we talked. On the podcast. And, how our fathers. Later, and they were later in lives, and how they had to turn around and survive and reinvent themselves, and they did it.
Yep.
So why can't I?
Absolutely, you certainly can. So yeah. Wow. Well, why don't we just catch up on just some random stuff then? If I wanted to catch up. Has everything working out with your, health issues and stuff that you were having for a while? Is
Well,
that
actually,
all leveled
they
out?
haven't got the thing completely worked
Okay.
out, but I go back in toward the end of the month to get some more blood work
Okay.
to see if the hyperthyroidism is getting a little bit better.
Yeah.
Um, so that's a plus. I'm really happy that starting this month, and I go to when I go my doctor at the end of the month about the new bridge program with which you would know.
No, I don't know what that
It's
is.
the new bridge program for getting the GLP-1 for
Oh,
$50.
okay.
So
Wow.
that's
So what have you been paying, if I can ask?
well,
More than
I was
50?
buying it. Yeah, I've been buying it online, and then I'm
Yeah.
probably one of the cheaper places, and it's been which is still it's a greater good price than
Sure.
what it was. It's like $139 a
Okay.
month, but to go to have it drop down,
Yeah.
especially if I'm going to be on a limited income,
Right. Down to $50 a
down to
month.
50, yeah, down to $50.
Well, hallelujah.
Yeah,
You
so
know, something positive.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm that
Okay.
so that's a plus.
Okay. Okay. And then you're still working on the thyroid and everything,
I'm trying
but
to
you're
get that.
doing better, and but that takes a while to kind of regulate all that.
And how's your mom doing?
My mom is just she doesn't recognize or know who we are, so she's just to me it's just kind of on autopilot.
Right. I get it.
I just yeah. So really no news there. It's just
And
her body is alive. Her body's still,
Right.
heart's still beating, lungs are still breathing, but that's really about it.
Well,
Now Dixie,
I was gonna say I asked Jonathan about I just asked him about.
she's doing
He said she did
great.
great. Said they lost her for a few minutes for a little bit yesterday, but she would get if I was out in the yard pulling weeds.
Dixie's going to have to stand her ground. I tell you what, if they don't get a hold of her for a second, they're like go into panic mode, and they have this network of people to go find her, go check on her, which is
Which
good.
is good.
Which is
It
good.
is
But I mean,
good.
give her a little bit of independence.
But she's so vibrant. I've never
Yeah.
seen anything
Yeah.
like that for what it now. She's what 92 or
She
93?
has a birthday here and next week or a week after, she'll be 92.
Oh.
Yeah. But let me tell you though, also what she has adjusted so well to now, because she's been back in Milwaukee, back in her home,
Right.
after losing her husband of 72 years. So she's doing really well.
Oh,
Let me
good.
say with that. I mean, she's kind of found her place, and at first being in the house and everything, she was having a hard time and everything, but she's settled in now, and she's doing what she wants to do.
She probably likes her independent. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but
Probably, just say that she's really on her own for the first
she
time.
is really her whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's
So-
again that's got to be a major.
yeah. She can watch what she wants on the
That's
TV
right.
and
Doesn't have to
eat
share
what
the
she wants.
remote.
Right.
She can take up the whole bed if she wants.
That's right.
It's-
Do whatever she
that's
wants,
right.
which she has earned that. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So that's good news there. So, but yeah, she's doing really well. She'll probably come down once the temperature here starts, cooling off. Probably November or something. She'll come down here for a while and get out of the Milwaukee winter. But yeah, she's doing really well.
Oh
So
wow.
that's good. Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
My kids are just booming. Adam's 3. He's a contractor
Mm-hmm.
and AM residential contractor.
Just saying.
I'm just saying. Doing roofs if you're roofing really. You need a new roof, please give him a call. I'm really
And who says you're not still into sales? There you
I'm
go.
so proud. I'm so proud of him.
Aw.
He worked so hard. Like I said, he worked all day yesterday. He worked all day today.
Really?
He's at work today. He's working all day up there, and he does. He reminds me, and he does kind of remind me of me
Mhm.
because he cares so much about the people,
Yeah.
that he's working
Aw.
with. I hear him on the phone all the time, all day on insurance companies,
Uh-huh.
fighting to do everything he can to get
Yeah.
these people what they deserve
Yeah.
and to really to take care of them.
Yeah.
And he's just, I'm just like I said, I'm so proud of it.
That's wonderful.
And my younger one's doing really well.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
And like I said, they told me, like, I guess it was when I was so upset and needed to make this trip.
Mhm.
And they came over on a Sunday, or the Sunday before I had to fly out on Monday, and sat me down, and they said, Mom, you've spent your whole life taking care of us, and we've put you through some really rough times. But one thing about you, you've always been there for us. You've always had our back, and we want you to know, whatever happens, whatever decisions you make, we've got your back this time.
That is so sweet.
Yeah, that, through everything, whatever happens, that meant more to me than everything.
Absolutely.
And somebody laughed and they said, well, see, you did do a good job.
Absolutely.
I said, it's either that or they have a little bit of amnesia and they just don't remember when they were younger, all those times I spent at the bar trying to find them a stepdaddy.
Well, maybe they don't always remember, but
but that was the most touching.
Yeah.
That was just that just melted my heart. Of course, it didn't make me cry.
Yeah.
So we had a family hug.
Yeah.
It was really.
But also that should give you support and strength to know that, whatever is going to happen or does happen, you've got the support there.
Yeah. That they've got, that they've got my back.
Yeah. I love that. You deserve that.
Yeah. That owe me big time. Like I've realized that all the years.
Right.
But they finally realized it.
That's right.
You owe me.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Oh, well, they did.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah. Well, I know
We take care of each other.
of course. I know you've had so much going on that you probably haven't done this yet, but don't forget we had that episode on the living will.
Yes, I've
doing all that
to get that done.
You've got to get that done.
We've actually talked to the kids about it. We've actually sit down and we have done some discussion about it.
Good.
And we're just trying to figure out some, how we're going to, logistics. We really, like I said, I've got the number that Shelby gave me from that attorney, and we need to get that stuff, that figured out.
Yeah.
And I did talk to my little 92-year-old uncle, called me, bless his sweetheart.
Oh dear. Okay.
And or she wanted to go into assisted living, and I had to tell him that, but he was worried because his apartment, and too much anyway. He said that he just didn't know what he was gonna do. Because, and I said, well, I've been trying to tell you, you can't just. It's not like looking for an apartment that the nice ones are going to be affordable.
Yeah,
you're on a waiting list.
Yes.
And so he was going to get with his son. They were going to go and look at some places. He was going to go to the VA to see what kind of assistance he can get through the VA. And I haven't talked to him in a few weeks. He's very hard of hearing. I mean, his mind's great, but sometimes you call his good days and bad days.
Yeah, sure.
And it's kind of hard to understand. And I do need to call and get caught up with him and see how that things are going.
Okay, good. Well, I'm glad mentally he's good.
Yeah, mentally he's fine. It's just it's just, bless his heart. It's just he says his body is just slowing down.
And goodness, we don't know what it's going to look like, because you've got your uncle, you got Dixie, who's great.
Yeah.
You've got my mom, whose body just keeps on and on, but her mind is gone, so many things can happen.
And I wonder where I'm going to be. I mean, where we're going to be in 10 years. I mean, I do worry about that sometimes. One thing I do need to do, I really need to work on my balance. And I've got, one of my goals is, if everything works well, do I want it? I'm going to go walking.
Good.
So
I don't want to ride you about that, but that's so important.
Yes, it definitely is.
And I've seen studies recently that I've been reading that's, like the walking, it makes such a difference, and it's making such a difference mentally. And I don't know if it doesn't prevent Alzheimer's, but this dementia and stuff like that, it decreases your risk.
Since I've been on an Ozempic, or you want to call it, we've lost some weight. My bone density is just really, it's really bad.
Oh, okay.
Because I've lost so much, bone or so much.
Are you taking a supplement?
I take a multivitamin,
and I probably need a calcium.
I did, and that's one of the reasons why I really do need to get to the gym and start trying to walk and try to to help with that.
Yeah, I don't want to be pushing you around if I don't have to.
Well,
In that wheelchair when you break a hip,
Well, I
but I
know.
will.
But well, hey, but then you'll like
Right
you're
down
gonna
the
make me,
hill.
you're gonna make me carry my own oxygen bottle.
We
I'll
can
have
strap
get
it
on
to the
back.
back.
Yeah, you're like, oh, and I can wear it on the back of the backpack. Like, come
No, well,
on,
have you had a bone density?
No, they probably couldn't find any
Oh,
now.
stop. Yeah,
My dad had that. He had it really bad. And he would have to take a shot at the very
like osteoporosis.
Yeah,
Or
well,
did he have
yes,
that? Or-
yeah, his bones were really brittle. That's what was so bad when he fell and he broke
yes,
his hip.
right.
And but he was supposed to take took a monthly pill that was like $1,000 a month. It was something that was ridiculous.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think the best deal he could find was like ended up being 800. But yeah, and he would have to take it once a month. But it
Wow.
wasn't even enough to really help him.
Yeah. So walking is free.
Yes.
You just need the shoes. You're not going to walk in your heels
Well,
or your pretty little sandals and get you some real walking shoes.
I have walking shoes.
Okay.
Okay. And so I'm gonna that's my goal that I really want to do, and get away from the sitting there in front of the computer 10 hours a day.
Okay. So when you set goals, do you actually have a date of
Yeah, usually every Friday. I think about it Friday and then it changes to the next Friday. And there's like the next
I don't
Friday,
like
the
that.
next Friday's the day.
I don't like that.
Yeah, so I have it on repeat on my reminder on my phone.
To set a goal.
My goal today is to
set a goal and
Yeah,
start
Friday.
doing-
Don't forget. Don't forget.
Okay, that's
Don't
what you
forget,
need
next
to work
Friday,
on that.
Next
though.
Friday's the day.
Yeah, you need to work on that.
But I definitely, yeah, I'm definitely going to do that.
Yeah.
So I guess that's all we really do. You have anything else to catch up on for this week?
No, I don't think so. Everything's going well, I guess. I just been thinking a lot. I don't know why about retirement. I've been thinking about that a lot. Been busy. I told my boss the other day, I said, how am I supposed to work? You've got Wimbledon going on. You got the FIFA games. You got the Tour de France going on. I got too many sports to watch.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah. But no, everything's good. So it's hot here in Texas and,
Very hot.
plants are dying. And
Yeah, my yard, I put all this grass seed and everything. And we do every year, and now the grass seed's still there. It hadn't even soaked in.
oh my goodness.
So
But yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it was good to catch up though.
it was
Yeah.
good.
So we'll see where we go next time.
Yeah. So anyway, join us next time. Subscribe and like it. Great to see you guys again.
Yeah. Thank you.